How are you, Jerry?
Well, wonderful, Carrie. Good morning, everyone out there. And it's going to be another beautiful weekend. Just a reminder, if you haven't, get those houseplants in. And I recommended that houseplant systemic insecticide to put in the pots. It's available out there, so get them in the house if you haven't. And of course, don't forget to select your bulbs. Get them bulbs planted this fall yet, so you got beautiful color in your landscape come spring. Other than that, let's go get them.
All right, let's get to those questions. Angie from Indianola says, we planted a coral burst flowering crabapple tree 3 years ago, and we love it, but it needs to be pruned. When is the best time to do that?
Well, Carrie, I'll tell you what, coral burst crab is a beautiful flowering crab, and she can go ahead and prune that anytime late October, which is on us here. Another week, 10 days, go ahead and prune it, shape it up to the liking. Make sure it's got a good fresh coat of a coverage of mulch around the base, and I would even wrap the trunk so you don't have any little critters or rodents eat on it. Okay.
Now, does it matter what you wrap the trunk with? That's I think a good question that
well,
people want to know.
Yes, there's tree wrap out there. There's tree wrap out there you can use. There's burlap out there, and there's even this plastic tubing. Looks like drainage tile. You can open that up, and of course they all come pre-cut, and wrap them up clear to the branches. Last year the snow blew in, so it took more coverage than that.
Right, good. All right, good advice. Well, listen, West Des Moines wants to know, how late in the season can I plant mums?
You can plant mums. Of course, there's all kinds of them available right now. But mums can go in the ground, ruffle up the roots a little bit, use a little 310-3 vitamin B maybe on them, and then water them in good clear into December. It's going to get dry, but I would get the mums planted by November 15th.
November 15th, still a lot of time.
Yes.
All right, we have Leora in Lorville. She wants to know, when is a good time to transplant
clematis.
Clematis.
Right.
That is about 3 years old. Clematis.
Yes, clematis. She can transplant that come spring. I'd say April, May, as soon as the frost comes out of the ground, lift it with a nice ball of dirt, move it where you want to. Keep in mind you need a trellis for the clematis. And of course, water it, feed it clear through the growing months. She will be fine.
All right, sounds good. Sue in Des Moines says, I just planted a cherry tree, and with frost quickly approaching, is there anything I should do to help the tree?
Yes, indeed. We just talked about it. Of course, I would wrap the tree with tree wrap. Of course, that's available out there, or the tile type material that's out there that you can put around the trunk, or you could wrap it with burlap. That would be perfectly fine. That's a great question, and I'm glad she asked that.
All right, sounds good. Mary Jane in Diagonal asked, what was the crabgrass-like stuff that seemed to be in so many yards this summer? You kept on talking about that. It seems to have died out in our yard. What should we do to prepare it for an onslaught next season?
Well, I tell you what, that was that watergrass. A lot of people took it as crabgrass, and that's fine. But next spring, I would use the Hy-Vee, of course, crabgrass preventer around April 1st, April 15th, and then I would turn around and reapply that again June 1st. If you just only knew how much moisture you're going to have during the year, but a second application of Hy-Vee crabgrass preventer with fertilizer in spring is her answer.
All right, and she'll be good to go.
Yes.
All right, Rick from Cumming has this question. Jerry, I have a sunburst honey locust that is very top heavy. Should I stake the tree and cut some off the top, or would it not be so lean and maybe I should just grow it straight?
Well, there's a nice graphic of the tree.
Yeah, that is a great picture.
Well, it's a honey locust, not a very good shaped tree. I would of course take the part off that's heading to the right, take it off to the trunk, the little arm to the left, take him off just about any time here too while we're doing some pruning. And then of course it'll produce a new leader up front, but I would fertilize this tree heavy, make sure it's got mulch around the base, make sure you wrap the trunk also, because a young tree like that could even use the staking like she mentioned.
Well, I have to say, I love that they send in pictures. That helps us a lot.
Yes.
So if you want to send in pictures with your questions, that'd be great. And if you have any gardening or growing questions, just drop this guy, Jerry Kluver, an email. Go to Hy-Vee.com and click on the Get Growing logo.